everybody. It's such a pleasure for me to be invited here to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, and that is writing. My name is Victoria Hasheela-Mufeti. Career-wise, I'm an educator. I'm a lecturer at the University of Namibia in the Department of Computer Science. But outside my career, I'm a writer and I'm a publisher. And it's something that I'm really passionate about from a very young age. Then that is reading and writing. As a young child, I spent most of my time reading, like in the library. I actually learned, I could say I learned especially how to write on my own. I'm self-taught. I just read a lot of books to see how conversations are written and things like that. Okay, so I wrote my first book, or at least I attempted to write my first book when I was 9 years old, and obviously this was rejected. I still have the manuscript and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But I tried, yeah. And of course the publisher was very good to me. They wrote me, they gave me some feedback to tell me what I could have done or what I should do differently next time, and this really gave me courage that perhaps if I could just spend more time and add more effort, and I might just be successful one day. And then fast forward 10 years later, I published my first book with Macmillan Publishers, which was Shower of Voices. It was a poetry book, and this book was approved for schools, grade 8 to 10, and I think it was in schools until last year. Apart from that, because as I said, I'm really passionate about writing, I kept just trying to improve myself. I took part in writing competitions. Some of my pieces were featured in some books, or they were forward for some poetry were forward for some books and things like that. So it's really something that I'm passionate about. And then fast forward many years later, a publishing idea came to my head. I decided, okay, so why should we just have publishing houses that are existing? Like most of them are actually foreign. So why don't I come up with something also so that I could help aspiring writers to also get published? And so saving started. I started saving at 30. It was many years ago. So eventually I managed to buy all the machineries that I needed, and so somehow that's how Microwave Publishing Press was born. The reason why you probably don't hear about it is because it's not a big organization. We still operate. We just have an outside office in my house, and actually it's perfect because if somebody and we don't have a limitation of how many copies we want to print or whatever. So if I decide that, oh, actually there's something I need to do, even at 3 a.m. I can just go to the office and work. Yeah, it's an addiction. Okay, so these are just some of the books that we published. There is one, and then another. So the demand just started growing and growing. I think word of mouth. I don't even know how, but really, like every week we have lots and lots of demands for people that want their books to be published, and we can't be more happier. And all those, this one I actually co-authored it. It's a children books for kindergarten children. And also this one I authored, it's mine. And then that one also is somebody else's. And then also one from Aini right here. Yeah. And then in addition, okay, you cannot really see this, but I just thought also, in order to come up with opportunities for aspiring writers, opportunities that not all of us had. We thought we could come up with a competition that we would run every year. So we started this year by like asking authors to submit stories of their choice, and we had different categories from children between 8 and 12, and then teens between 13 and 19, and then adults between 20 and 30. And the response was very overwhelming. We didn't think that, as they say, sometimes we believe that the reading or the writing culture is not that high in Namibia. It's not really that true. Maybe sometimes we just don't have the opportunities. The feedback, or the response was really overwhelming. And so eventually we got our winners. These are also very small. The children categories, the teens category, and the adult category. But then eventually we realized that because one of our categories was Oshiwambo writers, because the publisher is Bamboo, so she can only edit Oshiwambo. So yeah, we managed to get some Oshiwambo submissions as well. So basically, we are just so after this, we realized that the need is there. Maybe it's just the opportunities that were scarce. So we decided that we are going to be running this every. The winners get some free books. Like we will publish some free books for them, so that they can maybe sell them. And I think it would just be a good thing to have to be an author, you know, just to make them proud of themselves. Okay, so basically, I'm not a speaker. As you can see, I was just yeah. So this was it. I am a writer, not a speaker, and so basically that's me. If you want to contact me, my name is Vicky, and that's my number and email address. So give us about maybe 3 years. You know, we always, even when you are in an interview, they always ask you, so what are your plans for, like your 10 years plan? And for us, the plan is to be one of the Namibian-born biggest publishing house.
Yes.
Yes. If you don't know, you may be operating from the garage or from the outside office, whatever it is. After some time, we really believe that we will have a big publishing house in town. Thank you very much.